Hello everybody, welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events. Normally we're talking about Arkansas weather, but we're talking about an Arkansas meteorologist covering weather well far away from the state. I want to welcome Charles Dalton. You may not know him, but let's introduce him. He's a meteorologist that regularly works at the National Weather Service office in North Little Rock. But Charles, you have received, to say the least, a unique assignment this week. Where are you exactly, and what are you doing?
Well, I'm just a little bit away from Arkansas. I'm actually down in San Juan, Puerto Rico. I'm here to help out the staff at the National Weather Service in San Juan, prepare and go through Hurricane Maria, rather.
Well, I've got the satellite imagery of it up, and we're recording this Monday, September 18th, shortly after 8 o'clock Central Time. Looking at it, Charles, it's a Category 5 hurricane, and it's taking aim on Puerto Rico and San Juan. What are your thoughts about what you're going to experience and exactly what this experience is probably going to end up being like for you?
Well, I don't really know I don't really know what to expect. I've been to the coast of Florida and the coast of North Carolina for a couple of hurricanes, but those were weak Category 1s at the time. So this is a far cry from a Category 1 storm. I'm trusting in the specialists here at San Juan. They've prepped me for what's coming, and they've prepped the community here. They've been a great crew to work with, and so we're gonna hunker down tomorrow, close up shop, and nobody gets in or out of the office, and then we're gonna ride the storm out. So I don't really know what to expect. It's going to be a wild ride, I'm sure.
I've got the forecast track up right now. It has sustained winds of 160, expected to make landfall on the southeast coast of Puerto Rico, then pass very close to San Juan. This is Wednesday afternoon, forecasted to have sustained winds of 150 miles per hour. What will your duties be when this does come ashore and affect Puerto Rico? And also, not only what are your duties, but what kind of structure are you going to ride this out in?
Well, we're going to be here in the Weather Service office. It's a reinforced, concrete building. Much to my surprise, as are most of the structures here in Puerto Rico. I was kind of shocked to find that out. So we'll be riding it out in essentially a bunker, if you will. It's reinforced concrete building, so we'll ride the storm out here. In terms of duties, I'm really here to kind of plug holes, if you will. So I'm doing things like updating talking points, helping with phones, helping with the aviation forecast, which I do at North Little Rock there. When it comes to the hurricane specific stuff, I'm basically trying to take some workload off of the guys here who are here full time in San Juan. Like I said, they're a great group of professionals, and they're the specialists when it comes to tropical stuff. Much like we would be the specialists in the severe weather aspect if they came to Arkansas. So, like I said, I'm just here to kind of help take some workload off of the office here, since they're a little bit understaffed.
Well, you got there on Sunday. What are your plans on returning to Arkansas?
Well, I'm scheduled to fly out Friday, so we'll see how that unfolds. They didn't take a direct hit with Irma, although they were close enough. There was quite a bit of damage, and the infrastructure stuff suffered greatly, power and stuff like that. This is going to be a different story. So they had the airport up and running, I think, a day or a day and a half after Irma. This will be roughly the same amount of time after Maria. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll get to leave on Friday, because hopefully the damage won't be too bad. But it's going to be a Cat 5 landfall, so the likelihood of that's probably not too great. So I'll probably be out of here sometime by the weekend, though, I think.
So no hotel, nothing like that. You're going to be in a bunker basically during the whole event.
Yep, I've been working 12-hour shifts. Come in at 10 a.m. and leave at 10 p.m. But tomorrow starting when the forecast calls for tropical storm force winds, they're going to lock the building down basically. So they'll close the gate, put the storm shutters up, and lock the doors. And whoever's here is here for the duration. So
Okay.
the plan is for me to come in, work my shift tomorrow, and then I'll just stay over and ride the storm out.
Well, while you're riding the storm out, will you have access to social media, the outside world, to let us know how you're doing and tell us what's going on?
Provided the infrastructure aspect holds up, yeah, we'll have access to that internet and power and social media and the like. Should it go down, then we'll hand stuff off to. I believe it's the Miami office will be backing us up. If we lose that kind of
Right.
that kind of stuff, the power and stuff. So
And then you bring up a very interesting point. For San Juan, your backup office is Miami, Florida. Here in Little Rock, there have been a few times where we've had tornado warnings, and you guys have to take cover because you're in the path of it. Our backup office in Little Rock, a lot of people may not know this, but who's our backup here?
The primary backup for us is Memphis, and then if we're both tied up, then we hand it off to a secondary party and a secondary backup in Tulsa, and that's a really it's a good thing for for the community at large from a weather service perspective, because we've got some redundancy built into to our operations, so that if an office takes a hit from a storm, be it a tropical storm or severe storm with a tornado or something like that, the public is never lost in the fold. There, they still retain service from the National Weather Service as it pertains to protection of life and property and the issuance of warnings and forecast products. So the redundancy doesn't stop at the border of the lower 48, so to speak. The office here in San Juan, Puerto Rico has backups the same for Alaska offices and the offices in Hawaii and stuff. So it's a very nice and frequently called upon service, if you will, that a lot of people, like you said, they don't know about it.
All right. Well, on social media, how do we follow you?
They're putting out a lot of stuff through their Facebook page, the San Juan office. They've got a Twitter page, just like we do there at the Little Rock office. So a lot of their stuff is being transmitted in a bilingual status there, both in Spanish and English, via social media. So that's probably the primary place for information right now.
Well, we hope you get back to Arkansas soon, and we hope you get back safely, Charles.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you having us on, and a big shout out to the guys here at the San Juan office. They're a great group of people to work with, very professional, and I've been extremely impressed so far. So,
all right. Well, let's hope this dodges the island, goes out to sea, and is what we like to call a fish storm, and just affect the fish.
I would like to wish for that. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
No, it looks like this is going to be a pretty bad one for Puerto Rico. Real quick before you leave, this could be the worst one in how long for Puerto Rico?
1928 is what I've been told here at the office, and I don't want to mispronounce the name of the storm, so I'll pass on that. But it was 1928 it's the strongest storm since then, and I believe the last time that they took a direct hit was, I want to say, Hurricane George in the 90s there.
Okay.
So it's the strongest since, or the first direct hit since the 90s, and it looks to be the strongest since the 1928 hurricane.
Right.
So,
well, we wish you well.
Records, unfortunate records.
I know you've got family here in Little Rock, and you want to get back to them, and we wish you the best. We know it's all going to be all right, and you're going to be back here soon.
Well, thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate you having me on, too.
All right. Take care, Charles.
Okay, bye, Todd.